If you think COVID-19 is the big threat right now, well, it isn't. We have storms that are coming and you need to act right now. Hey troopers, it's Mr. J showing the love. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoy these videos. So you think you have a handle on this pandemic because you have a mask. Mask with colors, mask with symbols, company logo mask, special breathing mask, even a little pretty mask. We have all the hand sanitizers and practice social distancing unless you're going to a mart or a rally. But if your foundation is not secure, you're heading for a big crash because some of you have built on some pretty wishy-washy things. And it makes me seasick just looking at you. Oh, no, he didn't! Flashback to Matthew chapter 7, verse 24 through 27. Therefore, everyone who hears these words of mine and acts on them may be compared to a wise man who built his house on the rock. And the rain fell and the floods came, and the winds blew and slammed against that house. And yet it did not fall, for it had been founded on the rock. Everyone who hears these words of mine and does not act on them will be like a foolish man who built his house on the sand. And the rain fell and the floods came, and the wind blew and slammed against that house. And it fell, and great was its fall. Jesus shows the contrast between the wise person and the foolish person. Notice both of them wanted to build. Both of them were going to face storms. The wise was the one who acted upon what he heard. The foolish was the one who chose not to act upon what he heard. There are tides that are rising and winds that will blow. Have you noticed the massive rocks along the shoreline, refusing to move no matter how hard they're beaten by the wind and the waves? The sand is constantly shifting to every motion of the ocean because it has no foundation. It shifts by its surrounding because it has nothing to anchor to. Our beliefs and things that we practice has shifted because of the waves of our culture. What society thinks marriage should look like has changed. The way the world defines our sexual orientation has changed. Practicing what is wrong has become accepted. If you stand for what is right, you're hated. Many of our families, our schools, our churches, some things within our government, our country, and throughout the world are built on unstable foundations. So ask yourself, what foundation is your life standing on? What is the source of what you believe? If it's a new relationship you're in, what's the foundation of your relationship? Building anything on sand leads to catastrophe when the water rises. It may be appealing to the eye. It may feel soothing under the feet, but it has no foundation. It doesn't matter how thick your skin is or the strength of your inner core. If you're on sand when the storm hits, you're going down. Now, building your life on self-help books and social media will also cause you to crash when the storm hits and the water rises. So to display Christ-like character, don't allow yourself to be swept away by anything that comes along, because you can stand strong during the troubles of life. You shall not be moved due to the shift of the season, because you're anchored in that Jesus that walked on the water. That Jesus that rebuked the wind and said to the waves, "Peace, be still." That Jesus that rescued Peter from the sinking sea. We can dismiss fear and take courage knowing that Jesus is in control. For it's on Jesus, the solid rock, we stand. It's not our automobiles, our fine homes, our careers, investments, or savings. Lives are shifting and in need of never-ending repairs because we're standing on unstable foundation. Are we the wise who act upon what Jesus is teaching us? Or shall we be called foolish for hearing and not doing? You can sit and listen all you want, but unless you act upon what you hear, you remain a fool on shaky foundation. I'm quite sure we're all aware of that person that's been in the church all their lives. Oh, they've been to every Bible study, sung every hymn, and can probably quote every scripture in the Bible. Yet they're living unstable, shaky lives. Hey! Why are you staring at me? Sometimes we need to take a hard look at ourselves. Now, to stand firm as the wise is to listen and put into motion the things of Christ. Hey, if you like what we're doing, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button and turn on that notification bell. And remember, whatever you do, just keep showing the love. Now that's putting things into motion,